Blackiechainz football cast, we're here to light the fire. Spitting facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that action won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment, never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to another live episode of the Light the Torch podcast. And it is the off season, the day before the national championship game, the day that Oregon has not been able to make it to in a long time. So they're not. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the topics today. And shout outs to Christen here. He finally showed up, even though I apologize for being late. So yeah, we're going to be talking about did we do enough in the portal? Are we taking forever and hiring a DC? And who do you want? And also, who will win the Natty? We'll talk about Indiana and Miami going forward. But yeah, so let's go ahead and introduce the guys. To my right, we got Mr. B. Jones. How's it going, B. Jones?
Yes, man. Right on.
You might want to fix your mic. You're having some issues. And to the bottom right, we have Guns. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good. Christian, it was BC's fault. That's why we're late. So just give me a heads up, all right?
Totally my fault. But yeah, no, and underneath me, we have Mr. Raul Flores. How's it going, Raul?
It's going good. Just had some Korean barbecue earlier, so
Nice.
pretty good.
Jealous.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it here. So, and really quick though, before we get into the main topics, shout outs to all the Trojans that are doing their thing right now in the NFL. Sorry to Miss Tamika Marks and her Texans had a rough game today, but yeah, and sorry to Mama K for her San Francisco 49ers, but no USC Trojans on that team, so it's okay. It doesn't matter. But Sam Darnold's doing his thing. He got his first playoff win. Caleb had his first playoff win last week, but now he's playing the Rams right now, looking really good. And then, of course, Talanoa Hufanga is playing for the Broncos. But yeah. Shout outs to all the players that we have in the NFL, and hopefully we can get a USC quarterback in the Super Bowl soon. But yeah, all right, let's go ahead and get into the main topics. And I guess before we get started here, I'll just go ahead and do a quick little where's the donation sound. Shout outs to Christen for the $5 dono. He says, at this point for DC, I'm about to say just go with B. Jones' pick for DCS. He brings back Alex Grinch. Damn, B. Jones.
B. Jones, really? Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that's what you wanted.
What?
But yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the transfer portal. Also, we could talk. Let's mention the people that we got back. We got back our backup kicker, Cam Chittenden, or how do you say it? Yeah,
I think that's how you say it, yeah.
Yeah, we got the backup kicker back. He transferred from UNLV, so shout outs to him. And Alex Graham has re-signed with USC. So it came down to the wire. The late nights at like 7 o'clock at night or whatever, we finally got the notification that he has re-signed with USC, and also a walk-on linebacker is no longer a walk-on at this point. He has been upgraded to active, or not active roster, but scholarship player, and it's Guns' favorite linebacker on the squad here, Roman Marchetti. So shout out to Roman for getting a scholarship, so no longer a walk-on. So what are you guys' thoughts about the signees that we got back? Are you happy, or what's your mindset on it, B. Jones?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to have lost AJ to Atele. I thought he had a bright future with us, but I guess we had other plans, but as far as everyone else, man, it's glad to see Alex Graham back. Obviously, we talked about that last week. We're a lot deeper with him on the squad. So I'm looking forward to a whole competition this offseason in the secondary, man, his name included.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Guns, thoughts?
Yeah, in terms of just the signees, real quick. I mean, yeah, the two Telly situation is very fascinating, right? We announced them around Christmas time, and then looks like not for sure, but to me, it kind of comes off as like a mutual decision. Who knows, really, the full details with that. But obviously, like you mentioned, right, we kind of gave his scholarship to Roman, and then Graham. Yeah, I mean, this was the one that we've all been waiting for weeks. Came down to the wire. And signing him to me makes more sense that we didn't get a safety. That was my thoughts, is that we were going to try to get a safety in this portal class. So now you can kind of maybe move him to safety, right? We have Profit now at nickel. As long as he stays healthy, we can kind of move. You can move Graham anywhere. He's definitely versatile DB. So, and I'm happy about we got the kicker. I thought he was going to be somebody that would move on, but if you take a step back to this past season, right, we all kind of thought Caden would be the kicker, right? He gets hurt, boom, Ryan comes in and does his thing, right? You never know what's going to happen in these camps. Maybe Ryan gets hurt, boom, we got Caden right there to slide in and be a kicker. So I'm glad we have that depth for special teams.
Yeah,
And put that voodoo on Ryan like that, man.
Say that again?
So don't wish that voodoo on Ryan like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely no, absolutely. Football's crazy sport. You never know.
Yeah. Raul, thoughts?
I mean, we're good at safety. We got we got a bunch of ballers, and then I think Marquise Gallegos is finally gonna, get some, good playing time. I think he's going into his junior year or
Yeah.
sophomore.
Yep.
Sophomore.
Academically, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. But so I think we'll be all right. And then, but yeah, like what B. Jones alluded to earlier, or you mentioned, losing AJ sucks, but it's part of the the new college football. And but I'm glad that the some of the walk-ons got their scholarship, probably well deserved. So good for them, and wish them nothing but the best here.
Yeah.
And then for the guys that left too, wish them the best. But yeah, it's nice to get Alex Ram back. He definitely stepped up towards the end of the season. So excited to see what what the next year brings for him.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like with the hire of Mike, it hasn't been officially announced, but the special teams coordinator, I wonder if this is if it could be an open competition with kicker, since I'm sure he's going to still want to see what he has at kicker when he does get officially announced. But definitely should be interesting. But I'm still confident that my boy Ryan's still going to hang on to it. But yeah. All right, and any last words in regards to the transfer portal people? All right, let's move on to actually more about the transfer portal, I guess. Did we do enough with what we got? So let me pull up the people that we got through the transfer portal. At least the transfer portal is still. We can still get people out of it, but right now, all the people that are in there are the only ones that we can pick from. So right now we have 8 transfer portal players that have came in. Alex Van Summeren, and then we also have a punter out of Memphis. I don't even know how to say his name, but Kerrigan is his last name. Zariah Fisher, he's the D end or the edge player from Penn State. Tucker Ashcraft, he's the tight end out of Wisconsin. From what we heard, he's a really good blocker. Terrell Anderson, the wide receiver out of North Carolina State. Jontez Williams, who was the cornerback from Iowa State. He was a 4-star coming in the portal. Devin Bryant, linebacker out of Washington, and Carrington Pierce, Christian Pierce's brother out of Ohio or Oklahoma State. So, what are you guys' thoughts about what we have, and do you think it's enough? We'll start with Guns. I think I understand where he's coming from here. So,
yeah, I mean, again, you bring in 35 high school players. You pretty much resign pretty much majority of the existing roster going into this year. I mean, we weren't going to have a crazy portal number class, right? Again, across the country, a lot of these schools are getting down to 105. So you're going to see a lot of people leaving than coming in from that portal standpoint. From the players alone, I'm pretty high on pretty much most of these guys. I mean, again, you got Jontez Williams was the top corner. People sleeping on Devin Bryant, run stopping linebacker. Alex Van Sherman. Yeah, gotta try to get that guy's name. Alex V. We're gonna call him for now. I mean, he's an experienced D tackle. That's something I think that will help that room. Chad's finding players that are gonna bridge with some of these talented high school players, the existing staff, and kind of bridge and mold it all together. So, sure, we're not getting Cam Coleman and the top D tackles or whatever the names you're thinking about. But if you want to have comparison to a school that's in the national championship, Indiana, we have the same average as them in terms of average caliber. So I mean, we have a talented group of players, and that's only 8. So continue to sleep on them. That's just my opinion, and we'll see. We'll find out come fall camp.
all right, roll. What do you think we did enough?
I mean, not qualified to answer that question, to be quite frank with you, because I don't know. I mean, just looking at it from last year's roster to this year, going, the determining factor is if we make that jump in terms of development and growth with our current players. If we don't make that jump, I think we can potentially be in a situation where it could be a rough year for us. Well, with that being said, I think that the guys are going to make that jump. Experience always makes a huge difference, and I do think that we have a team that can make it to the playoffs next year with all the talent that we have in upcoming coming in as well. So I do expect a lot of the freshman class to get some playing time. But like Gunn said, some of these players are the players that we got on the portal are, they're sleeping on them. And so, with that, I think it's a good portal class from us.
All right. B. Jones.
To answer the question, I mean, only time is going to tell, right? Only time can tell. We thought we had a better portal class last year than what we actually did. So, I mean, no offense to anybody, but that's just the reality. But I am looking forward to a couple of guys, man. If I don't mention your name, it doesn't mean I don't believe in you, but show me. So,
yeah.
Jontez Williams, man. You turn on his film, he does it all. I mean, great in run support, great in coverage. What more can you ask for from that dude, man? I advise you guys to turn on this film if you haven't already. Rasmussen is experienced, hard-nosed player, man, run stopper for sure. And that's what we've been looking for, right? So we picked up a run stopper on the defensive line and a run stopper in the linebacker room in Devin Bryant. I haven't seen Devin Bryant's tape yet, so that's on me, but I'm going to trust my man Guns right here. He tells me that he's a run stopper, so yeah, I believe him. The numbers suggest so too, so yeah, man, those are definitely needs that we needed, and I said that we had to address this offseason. So to say we've done enough, I personally would like to see us get one more zero technique. It's always great to have a couple, you know what I mean? But we got a young guy who's probably play at that position who's looking really good in the bowl games, but at the same time, he's a freshman. So you don't want to put too much pressure on it. And then, we got Big Ja as well. Given his injury history, we don't know.
Yeah.
So, just need a little assurance on that from that zero technique position.
Fair enough. Yeah, for me, I thought we may have gotten a little bit more on like maybe either the linebacker or the defensive line, but I guess I see where I haven't really looked at Devin Bryant's tape. I have seen Jontez. He's definitely the real deal, and so I'll definitely take a look at his and get back to guns on that. But just thinking about what we've seen in the All-American Bowl and the clips that we saw in the what is it called, the Polynesian Bowl, we got some players that are coming in, like Jamian, Tom, all those guys are coming in. They're definitely going to be. At this point, I just feel like they're expecting the young guys to really make a big difference. Talanoa Ely is going to probably get some playing time. We all know Luke Wafel is going to get in there. Tom, so Jamian. So those are the guys. I think they're going to be relying a lot on Thanos to really kind of make a big impact, especially now that we've kind of found out that he's been working on a bum foot. We kind of knew it for a while because he was always out on Monday practices, but the fact that he has just been playing on a fractured foot, or as what they said is a fractured foot, but the dude's been playing probably around like 60-70%, and he's still been making a huge impact. So just imagine him being 100%, and then alongside Jamian, Tom. Yeah, so I think Floyd Boucard, we should be good on defensive line. So thinking about it now, I think Guns has it. I think he's right. So, but yeah, anything else we want to say about this topic? If we did enough, let me see what the chat has said here. But go ahead if you guys have any last thoughts here.
All I ask is that whoever the defensive coordinator is, play the best regardless of class.
Yeah, don't do favorites. We've seen that happen, and it never ends up well. And just because if they've been here for a while doesn't mean they have to be on the field. So, yeah, let's see here. Looks like not too many people are talking. Joe Boy says that they need another starter at linebacker. I feel like a lot of next year also is going to come down to coaching, because I know a lot of people here would agree that the linebackers probably didn't seem the most prepared, because Gentry looked lost in some games.
I'll talk.
Go for it.
I think y'all gonna be surprised by a couple of our guys next year, man. Devin Stevens is not far off, as everyone likes to make him out to be. Turn on the field, man. There's just some small fundamental things that he needs to work on that are easily correctable.
Yeah,
very well could have been corrected last season, but that's not Devin's fault. So I think y'all need to ease up on Devin. And I'm telling you, he's showing some flashes, and I think we're going to see more of those flashes next year.
And who knows? Maybe Mike Eckler can kind of help out in that aspect rather than just being strictly special teams. So, because who said that they were coached by him?
Deion Bailey.
Deion Bailey.
Yeah.
Coached by Mike Eckler. So, and he says he'll bring the juice. So that's exactly what we need. Because it didn't feel like they were bringing the juice. They were waiting for the juice to be poured.
Yep.
So,
but and of course, Walker's going to be a guy too, man.
Jaden Walker, yeah.
Sure.
We were begging to see more of him, and then we got to see more of it, and then we realized that the coaching may not have been where we needed it to be. So, but yeah. Any last words? Go ahead.
Sorry. And can't forget my guy, Eli Newby, man. Don't forget about him, man. I'm telling you, the kid flies around.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to let's talk about this here, because this is basically what the chat's been going on this whole time here. So, are we taking forever in hiring a DC, and who do we want to be the DC? So, just a quick overview. There's been a lot of rumors been kind of heated up with Gary Patterson being the new DC, or at least being in talks with USC. So, what are you guys' thoughts about that? If the whole situation with Gary Patterson being the DC, if he was going to be the DC, why did we wait so long? Or what are your thoughts about this at this point when it comes to that? So we'll start with Raul.
Or maybe we will.
Raul might be doing some fatherly duties here, so we'll go to B. Jones here.
Sure.
Yeah.
You sure you want me to go? All right.
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel.
No. No, I will not. Okay. Listen. All right.
Do you want us to skip you then?
No, I mean, we got to get to it eventually, right? So obviously there was some controversy with Gary Patterson at his last stop. And he offended a lot of black people. I don't know if you guys know this, but this sport is pretty predominantly black. Did y'all know that? Okay.
Oh,
so
thanks for telling me.
I just don't understand how we did not take this into consideration, or if we're not taking this into consideration, we're making this higher. Now, what do I think he's a racist? No, he meant well in what he said, but it was completely tone deaf. And you can't tell everybody how to feel in those situations. You know what I'm saying? So some people are going to feel one way and some people are going to feel another. Yeah. And when you bring that, a guy with that jacket on him into pretty much a black space, you know what I mean? Like our coaching staff, our locker rooms, that's going to be the dynamic is not going to be there. They're not going to give the guy a chance.
Yeah.
So
he is in Los Angeles.
Right. And the point is for him to lead these kids. You can't lead if no one wants to follow.
That is true.
I really hope that that's not the direction that we're going in. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of it. And plus, the guy hasn't coached in 5 years. You know what I mean? The game's changed a little bit. It's just I don't feel like he would be a fit. But we'll see what happens with that. But if you ask me who do I want, I mean, I guess I want the weird guy. Apparently he's too weird to coach anywhere, man. I don't know what he was doing in these meetings, man. I don't know if he showed up butt naked to the interviews or what. Golly, man. It's like, we didn't hire you, Stanford didn't hire. What is going on, man? So it's clearly something that we don't know. But I mean, I feel like PK would have been the ideal hire in this situation. But I will say I'm one of the few guys who's come around to the Coach Henny thing. That guy's definitely got a future in this sport, and I get it. And I get it. I've gone back and forth to it. His resume says he's not qualified. Let's just be honest about that. But I do have a good feeling about Coach Henny, man. I can't explain it to you more than it's just a feeling. You know what I mean? I believe in the guy. So I wouldn't necessarily be mad if that was the case.
Yeah. All right. Guys, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, so I mean the whole situation, I mean I honestly don't know why we waited so long. I guess you could say honestly you could say that we were putting these kids in hostage mode, and not hiring someone that maybe they didn't like and ultimately left, right, with the rumor of the assistants. That's been the big thing, is trying to find somebody to ensure that we keep the assistants. If it is Gary Patterson, I mean, from couple positives. When he was coaching, he had good defenses. I do like that he worked with PK, right? PK was pretty much everyone's top option. It's only a year, but I'm sure he learned a lot, especially at Texas about NIL and all the crazy things that Texas does. So I'm sure he learned a lot from that experience. The negatives, obviously, the off the field stuff that's been going on, the allegations. I'm not a fan of that. Just not a fan of anyone with baggage. I want people that are clean slate, got no issues, be smooth sailing, right? Type of situation. And yeah, so I mean that's kind of the thing with the Gary Patterson. I mean, at the end of the day, I just have to roll with the punches, right? And if it's gonna be him, it's gonna be him. And just hope that he puts a good defense out there at the end of the day. This is gonna be Lincoln's third DC, whoever it is gonna be, and we need to find out. We need to find out that we have a defense. Basically, we can't keep doing this cycle. We're in our 5th year with Lincoln, so can't do that. Who I want, obviously, is that person is not available anymore. He signed an extension with Washington, so that is what it is. But since we're here today, past the portal, I just want somebody the players want, and if that is Penny, I just run with it. Don't want the morale, don't want the culture to get hit, and that's my big thing right now. So we'll find out in the next couple days, hopefully. To just announce it and let's all move forward as a fan base. So
yeah, exactly. Raul, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Give us your thoughts on this whole coach Gary Patterson possibility, and who would you want?
It's just been dragged out way too long, in my opinion. I feel like if they dragged it on this long just to not lose players, that's kind of messed up to the players and to the parents, because you're pretty much handcuffing them on what they can potentially do, right? Because the portal window already passed by. So hopefully that's not the case, and that regarding Gary Patterson, I haven't really paid attention to the allegations or whatnot, but apparently he comes with some baggage, and that's not ideal at all, right? Especially when players are not going to buy into him, and he has those type of allegations. Kind of what B. Jones mentioned, right? A lot of them are predominantly African American players, and it's not ideal. If I don't know the situation, but personally, because it's taking this long, I would rather go with Coach Henny at this point. It's like what B. Jones said. I know a lot of people kind of gave him a little slack on the bowl game, but the defense was flying out there during that bowl game. The second half, until the last 2 drives of that game, we were shutting them down, or we were shutting them out, until the last 2 drives. So he did his thing, and then unfortunately, we all saw what happened. But I do think Coach Henny definitely has a future as a future defensive coordinator, and because of it, I would rather it be him than Gary Patterson.
All right. Yeah, the whole situation with Gary Patterson, the allegations or what the lawsuit that he has, that definitely puts a bad taste in my mouth. It's not something that USC needs at this point. And I know from what Christen says that Coach P learned from Gary Patterson, and Gary Patterson created the 4-2-5, which is great. But that's kind of like a Monty Kiffin kind of situation. And sure, he created it, but what did he run it the best? No. So at this point, I just don't want the baggage. I don't want any kind of if some parents questioning him. And it just kind of like what Raul says, it puts them in a bad position. The fact that these kids or these parents trust Lincoln Riley to put them in the best position, and by doing this, it's kind of like a rough situation when it comes to like if that's who they want to play for. Like, what if these kids don't want to play for this guy? You're really putting them into a bad situation for it. So it definitely is not. I could see if there's going to be some upset parents by this, but in regards to who I want, if it's not going to be Coach PK, since it looks like we're pretty much out on him, why not the DC from Missouri? I could see him coming in here for that. What's his name?
Platoon.
Platoon.
Corey Batoon, or even the DC for Michigan.
Wink.
Whatever.
Wink and
Yeah,
Dub.
Wink. Yeah, whatever his name is, but or just get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off at this point. The transfer portal is over. Just rip the. What are we waiting for at this point? If we're in talks with him and we haven't really heard of any talks with anyone else, what are we waiting for at this point? It makes no sense. But yeah.
My question is, how do you upset your whole locker room and then expect to build a championship culture?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't know. Like I think he could lose a locker with this kind of situation, but NIL also helps things too.
Well, we're going to definitely need it, man, as far as recruiting goes, because it's going to be very easy to negative recruit us if Gary Patterson is our coach with that lemon over his head.
What's his name? Brian Kelly didn't get any negative recruiting. He kind of did something worse.
Money talks.
Yeah, so I don't know if negative recruiting really hurts, or like there's not like money will definitely always fix things. So
Yes and no. I mean, think about it. If a player doesn't want to come here and all it's going to take is money, chances are we can get outbid by someone instead of, not always having to have the highest bid and the kid wants to come here because he wants to play for a certain defensive coordinator.
yeah. All right. Anything else? Let's see what the chat is saying. Definitely, there's some voices out here. So Joe Boyd says Riley will be fired if Patterson is hired, not a real DC anymore. I mean, he hasn't been a DC in a while, so
That's another thing. Like, why would you risk that? But anyways, who else we got?
Gil says USC has really blown this. I mean, we don't really know who the DC is going to be. It's just rumors at this point until it's officially announced. That's all we can really go based off that. It's just rumors right now. Or not rumors, but just talks. So,
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna kind of rip the band up just a little bit, but say it is GP, right?
okay.
Do we all individually feel concerned about the assistants? Do we think a handful of them will be staying? Just what's your thoughts on that possibility?
Very concerned.
Very concerned. That's my thoughts.
Yep.
And those thoughts have to it, man. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I absolutely agree. I mean, majority of these kids want to play for the position coaches outside of the DC. Obviously, the DC is the ultimate, person that does the plays and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, in terms of relationships, that's who these kids are talking to, right? So it's going to be a fascinating situation, whoever it may be, and any fallout. Technically the portal's over, but I mean, honestly, could a kid just just stop going to a school and just go to a different school? I mean, like, is there really from a student perspective, right? Not athlete perspective, from a student perspective, is there really a hurdle with that much? I mean, I know when I was in college, I could have went to a new school if it was in the time frame of the enrollment. Like, it's going to be interesting. It's just going to be interesting. I would not be shocked if something like that happened to us. You know,
Yeah,
not saying
I
a
mean-
mass exodus, but you know, like a couple players, maybe. I don't know. Just be interesting personally. So
Yeah, I mean, it's not an ideal situation because, like, going into the season, you're already going to have players that are disgruntled and don't want to be here, right? Aren't going to want to be here. So, you know, chances are that next year's going to be a pretty bad year for us if that's really the case. If we have players that are not happy and are already looking forward to, you know, entering the portal for the following season.
Yeah.
So it's not an ideal situation. So that's why kind of what, like I alluded to earlier, it's like I would much rather just go with Coach Henny at this point. Like, I know
Yeah.
he's new and he's unproven yet, but you know, I just feel like we're better off having a team that want to play for a certain coach and give it their all.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's definitely a concern at this point, and at this point, I don't know if they really even care about like what the fans are thinking. Like, they're just going to do what they think is right, which I don't know if they've done their research or they've had to do their research or something. Like it's out there. Like, how do you not do that kind of research and still feel like it's okay to go with this person? But any last words about this before we move on to just the national championship game? And then if we have time, we'll go ahead and take some call-ins. All right, let's talk about the national championship here. So Indiana, the number one team coming into this, versus Miami. What I forgot what number they were, like fifth or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So it's going to be in
10th in the
Miami.
playoff rankings. Sorry.
Okay, playoff rankings.
Yeah,
So it's going to
yeah.
be in Miami. It's going to be in Fernando Mendoza's hometown. And apparently, he's like lives like right down the street from Miami, and he's
Mhm.
always wanted to go there. And going against the Fighting Cocaine Heads. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Michael Irvin. I hope you don't see this. Yeah. So who are you guys taking in this game? And who do you actually want to win? Like, you can just go with who you think is going to win, and then who do you want to win? So we'll go with B. Jones.
Who I want to win, I wouldn't mind seeing Indiana get their first one. You know,
Okay.
I like Miami, but I still hold a little grudge with Miami because, you know, they did have a lot to do with our sanctions. So, or at least their AD did at the time. But as for who, what was that? Yeah.
I said I forget the name, but I know who you're talking about.
Was it Paul D or something like that? Something like that. But yeah, as far as who I want to win, I mean, who I think is going to win, I just think Indiana is a more well-rounded. Who's on both sides of the ball, but
Right there.
as far as overall,
You cut out a lot right there.
That's weird.
yeah. Well, basically, all I said was Miami is not a complete team like Indiana is.
All right. So you think Indiana's going to win, and you want them to win, right?
Right.
All right, Guns. Let's hear you.
I'm actually honestly really intrigued with this matchup. You know, Indiana doesn't make any mistakes, right? Mr. Simons, anything like that. I think obviously that's going to be the advantage in this game. But Miami is a talented group. Front seven, you know, the trenches is you could say elite in my opinion. So that is going to be fascinating to watch in this game. Who I want to win, and maybe this is a shot at some of our guys in the chat. Miami, man, I am a little tired of the Cincinnati train lately. All right, I understand. Google me win. I get it. The guy is a winner. But man, I don't know. Gotta remember, a former Trojan is on Miami staff. All right, Mr. Will Harris. All right, would be nice to see a Trojan win. You know, us pro, right? We talk about the playoffs for NFL. We like to support our Trojans. You know, let's support a Trojan on a Miami staff. But who's
there's
gonna
a
win?
Trojan coaching on Oregon. You support that?
Hell no.
Okay,
That'd be a horrible decision.
That's
we all know that's like the exception of the rule, basically. Come on now. But anyway, who is going to win, unfortunately, is Indiana. They're just rolling right now. Again, they don't make mistakes, and that's going to be the advantage in this game at the end of the day. So yeah.
All right. And I already know Raul's answer here, so go ahead and tell the world, Raul.
What's my answer?
You want Miami to win, but I think you know in your heart that Indiana's going to win.
No, you're wrong. My answer is F Miami, F Indiana. I could care less who wins at this point, honestly.
You're not going to watch
This is
the game.
definitely going to be his answer, yeah.
I'll watch it, but yeah, that's my answer. It's like I don't really care. Like whoever wins. It's not gonna impact me really. So, like I said, just vote F both of them.
But see, the thing about it is, it'll make Oregon sad. So that's the only thing that I care about is whoever wins, it's going to piss off Oregon more. So that's all that matters to me.
Absolutely.
Yes and no. I feel like the Miami one would piss off Oregon more, if anything.
No, it would. It probably would because of Cristobal, but then also Indiana, a team that's been
I think about Indiana. Yeah,
Indiana's a historically a basketball team, and they just decide to now play football.
And then they win in 2 years, basically, right?
In 2 years.
And Oregon's been trying for the last 20 years in reality, and they still can't win a natty.
Get your facts straight, Guns. Like 130 plus years.
Right.
Well, for them to actually be relevant, we all know 20 years longer than that, they were just
the
like
moment
Indiana,
that NIL became a deal thing,
yeah.
that's when they went full head of steam of just paying everyone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even Miami winning will piss off Notre Dame in a way too, because you know how they said that Miami should have not gotten in over them. So I feel like it'll piss them off as well. Not just Indiana, right? Because they're from the same state, but I feel like no matter what, it's gonna piss off some of our rival fan bases.
Yep.
Yeah. So personally, for me, I'm taking Indiana to win. Like B. Jones said, they're very complete, and Mendoza's probably one of the more clutch players. Even he's not the flashiest player, but when he needs to make the throw, he makes a throw. So I trust him more than I trust Carson Beck when it comes to like the crunch time. And the way that he just dismantled Oregon, like that was a thing of beauty, and I really enjoyed that. So, but I don't really care who really wins because it's going to be fun just like seeing the after party, like the aftermath. Indiana's going to win, and it pisses Oregon off because it took 2 years to win, and now they just have a big donor in Mark Cuban, and then also Mario Cristobal winning just makes things even better because he left their program for a team that he felt could win and actually put up the ability to win, and and it'll be just great to see Michael Irving on the sideline just put him belt to ass to everything. Like he's going to find everything that he can just to whip at this point. So like that man, he's going to they're going to have to put an ankle monitor on him just to find him after the game to see where he's at. Like he's going to go missing. He's going to show up on what's that one show that Stephen A is part of? He's going to show up on there. Yeah, he's going to be super hyped on that show. Like that'll make up for all the stuff that he talked about when it came to the Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah. I'm not gonna say your name here, but there has been no news on the DC at this point. But hopefully soon we hear about it. Yeah. Do you guys have any score predictions, or do you think it's gonna be low scoring or high scoring?
I think it's gonna be high scoring. I think it'll be back and forth.
Back and forth. You think it's gonna be back and forth? You don't think it'll be one-sided?
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. If I'm be honest, all right. So if it is a blowout, then Cignetti is definitely cheating. And the rumors are definitely true.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I'm trying to get the over under real quick just to get a glance. 47.5. Okay. Yeah, I think it's. I can see a more defensive battle. Again, the both defenses are pretty legit. Good scheme.
Offenses are legit too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very interested to see how they can guard Ruben Bain. That guy's a menace. It's gonna be interesting, but yeah, I think just again, like I said earlier, like Indiana doesn't make mistakes, and I think that's gonna prevail at the end of the day. Took a parlay basically that has Indiana covering every quarter. So basically, we'll see if that happens. I mean, that basically will be a blowout from that standpoint, but we'll see. I just hope a good game at the end of the day. So
yeah. And if anyone's not watching the game right now, the Bears game, 4th down and on goal or whatever. And incomplete, Caleb, and now it's the Rams ball. So that sucks. That's rough. But all right,
it's Shula defense, baby. Shula defense, BC.
Of course. All right. Let's go ahead and get some people in here. If you guys want to get in on this,
hop in.
Oh, yeah. Any last words about any of the topics before we take some of these calls that are coming in? Because I think someone else was asking for the link, but anything else?
I'm just curious what the people have based on our questions.
Let's see if Christen gets in here.
Hey Joe, I'm just gonna say, just try to relax a little bit, man. It hasn't been announced yet, so.
All right, Chris, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Chris,
I'm with Ryo. I'm with you. I'm trying to talk about it ad nauseam. I said I react whenever a final decision is made.
Yeah.
But as a message to USC fans, like, because I mean, it make my behind itch. Like one day we're fussing and complaining we're not recruiting California. Right, and the top high school kids. I mean, we bring in a majority of them, 35 kids. Now we're complaining about what we didn't do in the portal. You can't have it both ways. You can't spend all that money taking 35 kids out of 26 class and expect we're gonna go spend $1 million on a Cam Coleman and these other top players. You can't have it both ways. It's the same way with the defensive coordinator position. They have made the decision to retain the current position coach staffs, right, and bring in a DC that's willing to work with them. You can't complain about who they bring in. Your list is going to be short. Not many top DCs going to take a job and come in where they can't pick their staff, and you're saying you got to go with these guys, right? So it's either they pick somebody we want, and the staff goes, and you allow them to bring their staff in, or they get the best DC that they could get that's willing to come into a job to take where they don't get to choose their defensive staff. Like there's no way to get it both. So it's like at some point you're gonna have to live and die on one of them. You can't have it both ways. And then when it goes the other way, you can't complain about it when you were so arguing the other way. You see what I mean? Like it's no way to do both in neither situation. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you're right. And plus, it just like look at Oregon. They get so many people out of the portal. They start having some of their recruits leave. Like they got a portal quarterback now. Their 4-star quarterback is now at what is it called, Georgia. So like you gotta pick.
Yeah, man. And I know a lot of people are saying, you know, look at Oregon, right? They promoted from within. Their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator left. They promoted from within. I get it, but if we're honest with ourselves, two different situations, right? Oregon had a top 10 defense. That's a no-brainer to keep your certain staff. You don't even have to even think about getting someone from the outside. But when your defense performs how our defense performs, it makes you say we need to take a look and bring somebody in here, you know what I'm saying, to give somebody opportunity to see who's the best person out there we can find. But to me, to be honest, this whole time I've been thinking that we're hiring from within and the decision is already made. And all this is just a formality to say that at the end of the day, when we do hire from within, look for the wording to be the reason we took so long to find a coach because we wanted to do our due diligence. We searched NFL, college. We waited to the end of this and this and this. And we felt this was the best option for us was to hire in-house. At the end of the day, I think we're hiring in-house, and all of this is a formality to, you know, for the program to say they did their due diligence. That's why it took so long.
Yeah, I hope you're right, Chris.
I mean, because this is the part, you know, everybody starts talking today about message boards and that looks like GP would be the coach, and if GP is the coach, that I don't even know if this information was legit that somebody was saying earlier. So there was somebody that actually had called in to another show and was saying that the coaching staff was supposed to all be leaving if Gary Patterson got hired, and my whole thing on that was saying if Gary Patterson is the coach and the whole coaching staff desire to get hired, what have we been doing for a month and a half? Has there not been communication between the administration and the coaches? Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're keeping you guys here, but it's a possibility we're bringing somebody else in. You would think anybody that they interview, they would say, how do you guys feel about working with this guy? Right? You would think that's part of the process. And if that does happen, I'm going to be upset because there's been a lot of coaches we passed up on because we wouldn't allow them to bring in their staff. And so if we lose our staff anyway, what have we been doing for a month and a half?
Right. So that's
gonna be the part that make my water boil.
Yeah.
that part. That if they leave anyway and we pass up on these other good DCs because we wouldn't allow them to bring what was it? This whole month and a half was for nothing.
Yeah. At this point, I do hope it's in-house just to keep the morale and just keep the cohesion of this team together at this point. So, and B. Jones has been saying in a while, who knows? Maybe Coach Dog is going to be the guy. Like we really don't know. And who knows? Maybe Gary Patterson will be good. But at this point, I just want the Band-Aid to be ripped off at this point. Like, why are we waiting this long?
Well, the first reason we waited this long is because, which makes my notion of think we're hiring in-house already, not the first reason I think we waited so long is that they ain't want to make the decision before the portal closed and allow people to hop in. That's the reason I think the decision didn't come before the portal. It's because they're like, nah, let's wait till after the portal. So whatever we decide, nobody leaves.
Which is also pretty shady. Well, there it is.
Hey, Jason, I'm about to be real upset. Well, I'm definitely about to be upset. That's what's gonna throw me off. And if Jay's saying that we can,
exactly,
you can step it as gold, right?
So I mean, I didn't want to say nothing until anything was announced, but I've been in the same, man. So that's why my energy is low right now, as you can tell, and my tone is a little different than usual, man.
Yeah, and I could tell from the nuggets Jay been dropping the past week, and that's been my whole problem with just like how it's been handled. Like if that was the case, and you knew that the coaching staff or y'all haven't had these conversations to say, if we bring in another coach, would you stay? Because that's what it seemed like it's been made. Like, you know what I mean? Like and obviously these conversations has not been had, and that's a failure on Bowden, Cohen, whoever's making that decision. And that's the part that like I'm not advocating for no one or against anyone. I'm advocating that business wasn't done right.
Right.
That's my problem.
Yeah, man. I'll just be honest, man. It would be a very idiotic move. There's just no other way to put it, man.
You might need to rephrase that. It's gonna be it is an idiotic move.
Right.
So
Is that they see this and they see Jay's video and they realize how the mistake that they're making and pull back.
Yeah. Well,
Christen, who you got in the Natty?
Indiana.
who do you want to win?
I don't who I want to win.
Yeah.
Nah, it don't matter. But I think I guess I'll say Indiana since that's who I think I win. I like to be right, but I ain't cheering for nobody. But I think Indiana win. I don't. There's a formula. Well, I mean, this is national championship. They ain't gonna be listening to me. There's a formula to beat Miami, right? The formula to beat Miami is hop out on them early and make them a passing team. You make them a passing team, Beck will give you 3 of them. Every game they lost, that's all you have to do. You jump off about 2 scores and let them not be able to run the ball and control the clock with running the ball, make them a passing team. That's when Miami struggles.
Yeah. Well, Miami is a good defensive team though too. So.
Uh-huh.
All right. Anything else we want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the other hopes of you got to catch that. Good ball, Caleb. That wasn't on Caleb.
Yeah,
you got to catch that.
Luther.
Yeah, Luther got to catch that. But I can give up hopes too, because I mean, of course, as the playoffs was going on, we kept saying, I was thinking, well, maybe it's somebody that's in playoffs right now. But Indiana DC got a extension, and Miami DC ain't going nowhere. So I think we can give up on that hope. So.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And maybe it's Will Harris, right? Former Trojan.
And another thing too, people got to realize too is if we bring good ball, Caleb. If we bring in Gary Patterson, expect to continue to see the 4-2-5.
Yep, absolutely.
And we know even last year we couldn't stand staying in that 2 linebacker set, especially against the run. We're more effective, 3 linebackers, you know what I'm saying, and those type of fronts. But I mean, Gary Patterson is the creator of the 4-2-5 and all that. So just know we ain't gonna be getting away from that 4-2-5 if he's a DC.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think nobody can be working in Alex Grinch, Joe boy. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, we ain't gonna be able to stay in that 4-2-5 playing in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I don't doubt Patterson's ability to coach ball. It's just who's going to play for him. That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. I know he can coach. We've seen it. You know what I mean? The proof is in the pudding. Even though it's been a while, the proof is still there. But, I mean, this is a game of Jimmy's and Joe's, man.
Yeah, and I know. Well, I might not know, but there's a couple things out. You know what I'm saying? I know one dealing with a dude who had the hip injury and say he was pressured to play, got a lawsuit. Then I know about the other kid, and reading that situation. I mean, if you just look at the title of the situation, you'll think the situation is a lot different than what it actually was, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you read it for yourself, but like I think the narrative that's being push that he's a racist and all that. From the situation, that don't give evidence to say that. You know what I mean? That situation was not as what the title of the article make you think it is, right? I mean, he used the word telling them to stop saying it after he had been telling them, over and over again. And the kid that actually complained about it didn't like him because he told me he was gonna send him back to Indiana anyway because he was practicing bad and they had got into it. So yeah, there's a lot into it. Y'all can go read it for yourself. But I don't think the situation is as bad as what that you would think it is just from looking at the name of the article and stuff. But I mean, we'll see what they do. I'm like Raul, like I can't give who the DC. Like I stopped that conversation. I told B, I was like, I mean, I'm tired of talking about it. We done talk about it now. I just wait till it come out. Then I either go on a rant and complain and all that. Because right now I have no clue what they gonna do. Well, I got a clue now because USCJ, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, I said too, man. I said I'm tired of talking about it, man. But whoever it is, it better work. That's all that matters.
It gotta work, man. I just don't want to see no more.
Touchdown, BC.
I just don't want to.
What a touchdown, bro! Oh my god!
Hey, Caleb is the man. Late in the fourth quarter again with 27 seconds left.
That's what he do.
That's crazy.
I mean, but you got to see the play though. Like he ran back like 20 or 30 yards, bro. Like
and he threw it like 40 yards down the field. Holy shit!
Hey, he ran like 20. Yeah, he ran. The offensive line didn't block again, like they don't never block for him. He ran like 20, 30 yards back. Like he did at USC.
That was a jailbreak blitz right there, too.
Hey, Sean McVay can't even believe it, man. I smell.
Oh, overtime.
Yeah. Well, all right, fellas, I'm going to let y'all go, man.
All right, mileage.
Holy crap. I can't believe that.
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Hey, I'm still learning this technique. How you guys doing?
It's
Good,
going.
Mitchell.
I'm pretty good. I'm watching this Caleb. They just tied the score. Incredible.
Oh my God.
I know.
How did he get that ball off?
I know. I thought he was going to run like 50 yards backwards, then throw the ball. But
And Komet had someone on him, too. So
there was like 2 or 3 Rams chasing.
God.
Yeah. Those are the good old days. We've had a good share of quarterbacks. I don't want to talk about this coach. We're really down. The DC's. The pool is really. We're getting to the bottom of the pool here. But I just want to talk about it. I've seen 2 linebackers leave, and I got to talk about Hassan Longstreet leaving. Just to sit behind I got LSU. They signed a guy the day before, Sam Levitt.
Yeah.
Those are my 2 things. I know you've had a long day, and I can't talk too loud here because I got my grandson sleeping 2 doors down.
Okay.
So thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate
and I know there's nothing you can do about the Longstreet.
No.
And then, at this portal they got to do something about this. Freshmen transferring, coming out of high school. They have. I know. I try everybody crazy with my points and topics. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're not driving
Mr. Jones.
I was talking about that pass.
Yeah, sorry. Now I see where I'm going. I apologize, but this portal is just too much.
You don't have to apologize, Mitchell. It's
People
okay.
who graduate in high school or in the transfer, they commit. A verbal agreement should be worth something. Anyway, you guys have a nice week. I was late to the show and everything.
No worries. Appreciate it, Mitchell.
Have a good evening, Mitchell.
Have a nice one.
All right, bye.
I'm going, Mitchell.
Oh my God, I can't believe Caleb made that throw. Just B Jones, just look it up on USC. Just reposted it. Oh, they're going into overtime.
Yeah.
God. But
So my buddy, who's a Bears fan, he always loves to hate on Caleb and talk about Badgett, the backup. So I messaged him just now. Said Badgett could never. Anytime like Caleb does a crazy thing, I always message him. And he goes, Badgett would be up 25-17 right now. This was his fun. And I said, hell no. He was joking, but
okay.
Yeah, it's something though.
But yeah. Oh, and people, I took off the color on my nails. I literally probably took it off right after that. Oh no, I took it off the day after because the guy didn't show up, and then but he didn't show up the whole week. So I was like,
He was scaring me, dude. He didn't want the smoke.
he didn't want the smoke with the nails.
He saw you on the
Mm,
podcast.
so-
He's like, "Yeah, I'm not fucking with this guy right now.
Oh hell, this
Yeah.
guy's crazy, dude.
He doesn't
But-
even know my name, and he's coming at me like that."
I still don't know his name, but let's see. A whole bunch of people from Chicago are now like painting their nails. A whole bunch of guys now.
I
Like,
did see that.
that was hilarious. to
That's
see.
pretty cool. Yeah, it's a trend, man.
Hey, if you have a quarterback doing what Caleb's been doing just now, like, what the hell? But other than that, anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Fight on.
All right, guys. Until next time, keep the torch burning bright and fight on.
But